Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ralph Rangnick has confirmed in his press conference ahead of Manchester United's game against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup 4th round that Victor Lindelof, Eric Bailly, Edison Cavani and Jesse Lingard will all miss out because of a variety of reasons. But Ralph Rangnick said Paul Pogba could start. Paul Pogba recently returned to training. Pogba was out with injury for a while. He is injury prone because he's endured a few injuries, Pogba, since he re-signed for the club. Don't forget, Paul Pogba is willing to stay at Manchester United as long as Ralph Rangnick is manager for next season. Pogba has been impressed by Ralph Rangnick since his arrival, and Pogba would be open to signing a new contract. Pogba's contract at Manchester United expires in the summer. Revert back to the other month, the Sun said that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract. That would have made Pogba the highest paid player in Premier League history, but Pogba actually came out and denied that he'd been offered that contract. Revert back towards the start of this season, Pogba was in scintillating form. He's got just 7 assists so far in the league this season. 4 of those assists came against Leeds on the opening day. Towards the end of last season, Pogba produced good performances. This season's been his 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's played 212 games, and he's scored 38 times since he re-signed, and Manchester United paid £89 million for Paul Pogba. So he's the most expensive signing at the moment. We had him when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. And you already know the news on Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is banned from England and Manchester United. Greenwood won't be able to train or play any matches. Yesterday, Greenwood was released on bail after being arrested. Not so long ago, Mason Greenwood was further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and making threats to kill. He was arrested last Sunday on suspicion of rape and assault. And the other day, Mason Greenwood was officially removed from FIFA 22. So reflecting on that, EA took drastic action. Mason Greenwood's career at Manchester United is officially over, and his England career is officially over as well. It's disgraceful what he's done. He's only the age of 20. He joined Manchester United at the age of 6. He made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019. And he's gone on to make 129 appearances, and he's scored over 30 goals. Last season, he signed a new 4-year contract. Manchester United are coming into this game against Middlesbrough, having won their last 2 games in a row. Manchester United beat West Ham 1-0 at Old Trafford before the international break. The goal came from Marcus Rashford in the 93rd minute of stoppage time. And reflecting on that win against West Ham, that moved Manchester United into the top 4. I'm expecting Manchester United to progress to the 5th round of the FA Cup. I reckon the FA Cup is the only chance Man United have got of winning the trophy this season. Yes, we're in the Champions League, but I'm very sceptical we'll win that. You know, Manchester United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have not won the FA Cup since 2016. Manchester United have won the FA Cup 12 times. Manchester United progressed to the 4th round of the FA Cup by beating Aston Villa in the 3rd round 1-0. Middlesbrough, they're in the Sky Bet Championship. The 6th in the Championship at the moment. The last time Manchester United and Middlesbrough played each other was back in March 2017. That's when Middlesbrough were in the Premiership. The Middlesbrough manager is Chris Wilder. Middlesbrough appointed him in last year to replace Neil Warnock, because last year Neil Warnock got sacked. Chris Wilder has managed quite a few clubs in his managerial career so far. Before Middlesbrough, he managed Sheffield United. I remember when he was in the Premier League with Sheffield United. Before, he managed Northampton and Oxford. And a while ago, he managed Halifax and Alfred Town. And I do know quite a few of the players Middlesbrough have got, like I mentioned on the preview and that. They have got Isaiah Jones. They've got Sami Amiobi, he's a former Newcastle player. Aaron Connolly, he's on loan at Middlesbrough from Brighton. They've got Folarin Balogun, he's an attacking player. They've got Andras Spora, he's on loan at Middlesbrough from Sporting Lisbon. They've got Josh Coburn. They've got Duncan Watmore. They've got Johnny Howson. They've got Riley McGree. They've got Neil Taylor and Matt Crooks. They've also got Paddy McNair. Paddy McNair is a former Manchester United player. So if Paddy McNair plays in this game, he'll be reuniting with Man United. They also have Connor Malley. They've got Mark Bowler. He won't be playing any part in this game because he's out with injury for the season for Middlesbrough. They also have Marcus Brown. He's just come back from injury not so long ago. So they are quite a lot of the players that Middlesbrough do have. Manchester United's next league game is Burnley on the 8th of February. Ralph Rangnick is Manchester United's interim manager. He said he's Man United's interim manager till the end of the season. Then Rangnick is expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Rangnick has been Man United's interim manager for almost 2 months. He's managed 10 games so far in all competitions. He's lost just 1 game at the moment. He's had 5 wins from 8 league games. And of course he's progressed Manchester United to the 4th round of the FA Cup. the other week, it actually said that Manchester United had put their search for a new manager on hold after being impressed by Ralph Rangnick since he took charge in December. And reflecting on that, it said Man United were considering offering Rangnick the job on a permanent basis. There's been good performances under Rangnick, there's also been poor performances as well. He's not under pressure at the moment, but revert back to earlier on this season, he said Rangnick was under pressure and he was already losing the Man United dressing room. It did mention that 17 Manchester United players were unhappy and wanted to leave. By the way, Rangnick earns £180,000 a week at Man United. Credit to Rangnick, he has made changes since he's come in, because revert back to earlier on this season, he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he also recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. And don't forget, Man United changed formation under Rangnick. The new formation we've got is the 4-3-3 formation. That formation seems to suit our standards under Rangnick. Before Man United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Now, on my last video, I gave you the news on Mauricio Pochettino. Manchester United's number one choice is Mauricio Pochettino. To become the club's next manager. Pochettino has told his friends he will be leaving PSG in the summer. Pochettino could be sacked by March. That's according to reports in France. Pochettino's job hinges on PSG getting to the next round of the Champions League. PSG play Real Madrid in the last 16 of the Champions League.
Why are you watching Middlesbrough game, Charlie, at home or?
At home.
Oh.
At home. Wait a second, guys. Sorry guys, I was just taking my jumper off there because I'm getting a bit too on. But yeah, I was on Pochettino, wasn't I? As you all know, PSG recently got knocked out of the French Cup by Nice, and that's put more pressure on Pochettino. Pochettino has been PSG manager for over a year. His contract at PSG expires next year. I think he has won a French Cup at PSG. PSG are looking to get Zidane in out there to replace Pochettino. Earlier on this season, it actually said PSG agreed personal terms with Zinedine Zidane. Don't forget, Zidane's been linked with a managerial role at Man United. I reckon Pochettino would be the right man for Man United. I think he would suit the strappings of the club. He'd get the best out of these group of players. He knows the Premier League well anyway. because he's managed in the Premier League before, before Pochettino endured 5.5 years at Tottenham. Don't forget, back in 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final, and at one point he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. I think Tottenham made a mistake getting rid of him, and before Tottenham he managed Southampton. He got Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. He only enjoyed a short managerial tenure at Southampton. So they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far, and before then he managed Espanyol. Revert back to when Man United sacked Jose Mourinho. Man United should have got Pochettino then, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. Erik ten Hag, he's been relentlessly linked with the managerial role at Man United, and like I mentioned to you yesterday, it said Man United fans want Erik ten Hag to take the Old Trafford job instead of Pochettino. Quite a few weeks ago now, Rangnick said that he wanted Erik ten Hag to become Man United's next permanent manager in the summer. Erik ten Hag has been Ajax manager for over 4 years. He got appointed in as the Ajax manager back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. You got to admire the work he's done at Ajax though. He's developed the young players well. He's won a couple of titles with them, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ajax is the 4th club he's managing in his managerial career, because before Ajax he managed Utrecht, before then he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson retired. Man United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson retired. We sacked Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As you all know, Ed Woodward recently stepped down. That was good news from a Manchester United perspective, because Ed Woodward was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Ed Woodward had a 17-year association at the club. Richard Arnold officially replaced Ed Woodward as the new chief executive. The Glazers, they're still at Man United. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. But they have been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. Revert back to April last year. The Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League, and reflecting on that, there was Man United fans protesting against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground and at Old Trafford. But in the end, the Glazers did end up apologising. Well, that's what Solskjaer mentioned at the time when he was United manager. Towards the end of last season, it said the Glazers were only willing to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. And like I've said on my recent videos, Manchester United endured a poor January transfer window because Manchester United did not make any signings. Man United wanted to sign a midfielder because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. There was a lot of players went in for in January. We tried to get Amadou Aidara. Apparently the fee was agreed in that. And Rangnick said he wanted Amadou Aidara as his first signing as United manager. Rangnick, of course, knows the player well. Towards the end of the January transfer window, we went in for Ruben Neves from Wolves, but Wolves were only willing to sell if they were to get between £40 to £45 million. As well, we went in for Boubacar Kamara from Marseille. You know, it said quite a lot of times during the January transfer window that Man United were leading the race for him and Marseille wanted just 10 million. We also tried to get Denis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. On deadline day, Man United went in for Yves Bissouma from Brighton as well. So there you go. And Lingard and Dean Henderson should have left Manchester United in January, but Manchester United blocked their exits. Obviously, we had the Mason Greenwood incident towards the end of the January transfer window. Manchester United did loan quite a few players out last month though. You know, we loaned Donny van der Beek out to Everton. We loaned Amad Diallo out to Rangers. We also loaned Martial out to Sevilla. Tuan Zabi went out on loan to Napoli. Ethan Laird also went out on loan, and Tiedemann Menge went out on loan to Birmingham. So yeah, Rangnick's endured one transfer window so far as Manchester United's interim manager. In the summer, I'm expecting Man United to make some signings, and I reckon a lot of players are going to depart the club in the summer. So in the summer, I reckon Henderson will go. I think Bissaka and Maguire will go, because a few weeks ago reports in Spain said that Man United will look to sell Harry Maguire and Anwan Bissaka in the summer. Jones and Bayer will also leave as well. Matic will leave in the summer. If Rangnick doesn't get the job permanently, Pogba will leave in the summer. Lingard will also leave in the summer. Mata will leave in the summer. And Cavani will leave in the summer. And if Man United fail to qualify for the Champions League, Ronaldo will leave in the summer. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.